This is the Vega 56 re-BIOSed to a Vega 64. I'm using the Sapphire limited edition card. This is one of the best Vega cards out here. This is a 56 limited edition re-BIOSed to a 64. Absolutely beautiful card. And I'm going to show you a little demo on Firestrike here. I got my frequency set at 2.5, have the voltage at 1000, and I have my memory, hb2 memory to 1000 megahertz. Stock it comes like 800, but re-BIOSed up the voltage. And I have my fans on manual and the power limit on 50. This is my first time running at the memory at 1000. So we'll see how fast it gets. I don't see why you would buy a Vega 64 when you can just overclock the 56 to get almost the same frames per second. But anyway, here's Firestrike. So on the benchmark, I turned off FreeSync. So I have a FreeSync monitor, but I turned it off. And these Vega cards are, I used to be an NVIDIA fan, but now I switched to Vega. You know, hey, there's a lot of room for overclocking these cards. You know, a lot of people say that, oh, you can't overclock, but so let's see. I also only have a 750 watt power supply. I ordered a 1000 watt power supply because 750 is just not quite enough for a Vega 64. Especially when you start pushing it, I'm running like 300 watts. Sometimes. Right here, I have it on my phone. 1068 megahertz. Power is at 300 watts. I don't know how this video is going to the stock the power cooler Vega 64 only goes to 1607. That's a 64. Yeah, these cards stay really good. It's a lot of watts though. Kind of hard on that little 750 power supply, but it's not a very good one. I would think like the Ultra X4 Ultra Special Edition power supply. Paid like $50, $40 on eBay. So do it. So I upgraded to 1000 watt power supply. Because this one, especially when you run the game, it's at 300 plus watts. And putting the load on the processor while you're playing the game. This app is the AMD app for your phone, so you can monitor the frames per second. I'll sure this video, doing the video at the same time is going to kind of kill my frames per second. I just wanted to give you an idea of the power draw that these Vega cards, pull. Sometimes it gets up to almost 400 watts. That's a lot for my motherboard. I think my motherboard only rated at 280 some watts. It's a Maximus here, Asus. But I really like the card, And the AMD app's pretty cool on your phone. So you can see how much utilized. I'm not sure if the computer wants to sort of lock up. I need a bigger power supply. It's struggling, especially with the video on. And the card does pretty good running video and recording and running the benchmark. It pretty much handles everything I throw at it. I could probably go more on the memory too. This is the highest I've had this card set so far. So, it's screaming for a Vega 56. It'll say it's a 64, but I just revised it. But unless I just hit the, just get a good card every once in a while. I got lucky. I think I got a pretty good card this time. I know my GTX 1070 was garbage. On some games, it just couldn't handle it. GTX 1070 was just horrible on some games. Especially Firestrike. It would not run Firestrike good. I tried to overclock the card on Firestrike and the GTX 1070 would just die. I couldn't get no overclock and I had to put everything down just to get it to do the Firestrike. But the AMD card seems to do everything I throw at it. Now the only thing I did notice is when I put the FreeSync on games and running 75 frames per second, 75 frames refresh rate, it limits the power of the draw. I really need 144 frame FreeSync monitor instead of 75. So there it is, 17,000. So we'll compare the results. I see that the memory is stable. 650. GPU is pretty stable. So, 17,000. AMD Vega 64. Now it's a 56, but revised. The core clock 1655. That's probably why I got a low score because I usually run at 4,800 megahertz running Call of Duty. So I kind of knocked my processor speed down a little bit. So there you go. There you have it. This is a demo on the phone app and running the Firestrike benchmark with rebuys to Vega 56 rebuys 64. Thanks for watching.